Drive Who and the Art of Creating Likeable Villains. Titled The Master's Touch Crafting Likeable Villains in Doctor Who. Doctor Who, the iconic British sci-fi series, has a long history of creating complex, multifaceted villains that captivate audiences. The Doctor's rogues gallery is filled with characters that are more than just one-dimensional antagonists. They are thought-provoking, nuanced, and often likable in their own right. Take, for instance, the Master, the Doctor's arch-nemesis. This renegade Time Lord is brought to life by Roger Delgado in the 1970s Tom Baker era, and later by Anthony Ainley and John Sim in modern incarnations. What makes the Master so compelling is his sheer ambition, his unwavering confidence in his own intellectual superiority. This is a villain who genuinely believes he's doing good, that his ends justify his means, no matter how extreme they may be. His charm, wit, and intellect make him almost likable, even in the face of terrible atrocities. He's a study in contrasts, walking the fine line between heroism and villainy. The Master's complexity is a result of a delicate balancing act between intelligence, charisma, and flawed morality. He's a master manipulator, using his wit and charm to achieve his goals. He's a chess player, always thinking several moves ahead of his opponents. This makes him a compelling adversary for the Doctor, who must constantly stay one step ahead. But the Master's likability lies not just in his cerebral machinations, but in his humanity. We see glimpses of his vulnerability, his desperation, and his isolation, which makes him more relatable and, in a twisted way, more sympathetic. To create likable villains, like the Master, writers must tap into the same complexities that make us human. What drives them? What are their motivations? What flaws do they possess? Most importantly, what makes them tick? It's no coincidence that the best villains are the ones who are both infuriating and fascinating to watch. They are the ones who push us to our limits, who make us question our own morality, and who leave us pondering long after the episode has ended. So how can we create likable villains, like the Master, in our own storytelling? We must be willing to explore their complexities, to humanize them, and to give them depth. We must show their vulnerabilities, their insecurities, and their motivations. And most importantly, we must show how they're not just static enemies, but living, breathing characters with their own agendas. In the words of Douglas Adams, villains are thin-skinned and illogical, like all evildoers, but aren't they also multifaceted, nuanced, and downright intriguing? By embracing the complexity of likable villains, we can create stories that truly resonate with our audiences, stories that linger long after the credits roll. Master may be a villain, but he's also a study in contrasts, a masterclass in likability, and a reminder that even the most despicable characters can be redeemed through vulnerability and human heart.